To all of our local, our regional and our international viewers, thank you kindly for choosing us here at Real TV, where we bring reality to you. My dear friends, a very warm welcome to another edition of the program Conversations with Zelisa, where we continue to inform, educate, empower and answer those unanswered questions. I am Zelisa Rupani, humbly inviting you to sit back, relax, enjoy, get your pen, get your notebook, Real TV, so you could take notes and important numbers that will be helpful for you and your loved ones. Directing this morning and in Master Control, Mr. Robert Batiste. He's also one of our senior producers here at Real TV. And on behalf of the team this morning, I'd like to wish each and every one of you a beautiful, blessed, productive and great day today. Happy Thursday, my friends. It's Thursday, the 12th of March, 2026. It is a day and time I'll never have the opportunity to ever have again in life. So don't procrastinate, don't waste your time. Do something productive and, constructive with your time. Time is of essence and tomorrow is not promised. Mr. Director, can we go to our quote for today, please? Coming to us with the kind compliments of Fab India Expo. And our quote says, "You have the power within you to rise above whatever is currently seeking to bring you down." Oh gosh, Mr. Director. This is such a beautiful and important quote because it reminds people that you are in power, you are in control. So again, I'm going to repeat it for those of us who feel that we're losing our power or, we're in a challenge and we feel defeated, we feel closed in. I want you to know that you have the power within you to rise above whatever is currently seeking to bring you down. Sometimes there are people that will come and smile, but they're there like the devil waiting to pull you down. There are people just waiting to see you fail. There are people there treating you less than who you are, making you feel second class, making you feel that you're nothing. I want to remind you today, Robert, thank you. I want to remind all of our viewers today, you have the power within you to rise above whatever is currently seeking to bring you down. Victory is yours. We claim it today, right, Robs? Great. That came to us with the kind compliments of Fab India Expo. Let's go to their ad, please. Remember to check them out.
Fab India Expo would like to wish all our valued customers a blessed Ramadan 2026. We are now open with a complete change of stock located opposite Medford gas station, Chaguanas, featuring brand new styles and the latest products straight out of India. Shop from a wide variety of clothing, accessories and special booths catering for all your e-shopping needs. Plus, don't miss out on our full-size Indian food court with delicious meals and treats for everyone. Come visit us at the Fab India Expo, conveniently located opposite the Medford gas station in Chaguanas. Fab India Expo, your one-stop destination for Ramadan and e-shopping. We can't wait to see you.
To all of our local, regional, international viewers, thank you kindly for choosing us here on Real TV, where we bring reality to you. Welcome back to Conversations with Zelisa, right here as we continue to inform, educate, empower, and answer those unanswered questions. Today, I'm in conversation with a gentleman I've known over the years, brilliant young man, and I'm speaking of no other than Mr. Safras Ali. Now, Mr. Ali is attached to the Nur-e-Islam Masjid in San Juan, and he is, when it comes to part of the committee, the membership, where the management team, that they put together initiatives and programs to empower people and to help and to feed and to do so much. He's part of that dynamic team. So we're very pleased to have Mr. Safras Ali today, and we'll have a conversation with him. And he's talking to us about Ramadan. You know, our Islamic brothers and sisters, this is a very auspicious and beautiful time of Ramadan, and the impact on Muslims. What really is Ramadan? What is it about? So first, let's say good morning and a warm welcome. Assalamu alaikum, going out to Mr. Safras Ali.
Walaikum assalam, Zelisa, and your viewers outside. Very, very happy to be here with you this morning.
Yes, Mr. Ali, we're also very pleased. We know when it comes to your competence, we know when it comes to your knowledge. I always say knowledge is power. You hold all those things, right? So we're very grateful, and thanks again for making time off of your busy schedule. I know how consumed you are, because I know you wear many hats. And today you are talking to us with the strength of being a part of the management committee, a member of that management committee of the Nur-e-Islam mosque in El Sikoro, that dynamic and beautiful building that's been there for many, many years. Saf, before we go into Ramadan and the impact and the influence on Muslims, perhaps you could give us a little insight, because I know you play a very important role at the mosque, of some of the dynamic and the work that you're doing in order to empower, you know, the members and beyond.
Right, so basically Nur-e-Islam Jamaat has been in existence since the 1940s, and during that era we would have had the very positive influence of the Mustafa family, the Mustafa family, and also the Muhammad family, the famous Muhammad family. And I'm speaking directly about the Honorable Kamaluddin Muhammad, Shamshir Muhammad. We have Muin Muhammad, a number of different Muhammad families.
Yeah.
They all came together in the 40s, 50s, and through an collaborative approach with other Muslim, influential Muslims, they were able to build the existing Nur-e-Islam mosque in 1960s. And we have there.
Well,
so
I'll tell you, they certainly had a vision, Mr. Ali, because it really is a very beautiful mosque, you know?
Yes, and it has been standing since then very strongly by the grace of the Almighty.
Yeah.
And also to match the building itself, we also have the largest Jamaat. We boast of the largest Jamaat in the Caribbean, comfortably close to about 3,000 to 4,000 Muslims reside in the area.
Very nice. So that says a lot. I also want to applaud the Imam, the current Imam there, for the wonderful work he's been doing. I clearly remember when I relaunched 975 FM when it was under my wings. He played a very important role. He blessed it. That station, when I rebranded and, you know, I took over that station, that radio station. He also, you know, we carried the khutbah every Friday live on radio. And so I also want to applaud him and thank him, because his, he always, when you talk about people that are full of knowledge, but not just hold that knowledge, but a gentleman who always wanted to share information, especially when it comes to Islam, he was always very instrumental in doing that.
Yes, Imam Shiraz
Correct.
is very dynamic, very strategic, and he has a lot of knowledge, both of Islam and general issues that can help uplift lives. His specialty is in halal foods and so on. So he actually has a PhD in food, or he's almost finished with it in food technology and halal food.
Ah, that's interesting to know.
Yeah.
Yes, another strength that he has.
Yes.
When you speak of food, I want to go straight into, I know that you all have a feeding program, that you feed people, you feed the less fortunate, and you do this religiously in a very respectful way. You are part of that team.
Yes, I am.
Could you enlighten us about this program that's been going on?
So we actually have what we call a soup kitchen.
Right.
That is running every Saturday.
Every Saturday?
Yes. Every Saturday for the last 4 years, we have a soup kitchen that has been established.
Yeah.
And we saw the need that came as a result of the COVID. Just that period after where we realized that people didn't have a proper meal to eat. So we started the soup kitchen, very small, catering for 120 people. And it has grown over the years, so much so that we probably peaked at about 400 meals every Saturday. For this Ramadan, we kind of cut the back down to about 300, simply because so many Muslims will be fasting and so on.
Right.
But every Saturday, average between 300 to 400 lunches. We do very successfully. We share out a number of locations. And in fact, right at the most, we have close to about 30 people will be coming every Saturday. And one of the first things, as they get the meal, they sit down right on the bench and must eat it. And then once we have extras, we give them to go home with also. And the same happens in Queens. They're right by your building, there's Zelisa.
Yes, opposite.
Yes.
You feed, so you feed there as well? You bring the food there as well?
Yes, most of the food comes there. So we average about 70 lunches will come there. If we do more, we bring more because we want to give them one to go home with also. But about 50 to 60 people will be lining up there every Saturday and we share the meals there.
Very nice. And you know, recently I was in conversation with the president of the San Juan Business Association, Mr. Ibrahim Ali. One of the things that he's advocating for, and he's trying to work with the good minister, is to get a house, a specific place for those homeless people. So that they could have a place to bath, they could have a place that is a safe place, and meals could be given there. And I thought that's a brilliant idea, because have them sleep on the streets, it's really not hygienic, it's not safe, and if they have their own space. So I know that the business associations work, that's one of their goals, they're working towards that. I want to come back, however, to the work. 300 to 400 meals every week is a big responsibility. It's a big task as well. But it also takes money and manpower to get it done. When we return after this break, we're going to talk a little bit about, by divine intervention, by angels on earth, by kind people, how do you execute it? How is it done, and done successfully for the past 4 years and going strong, giving to those in need. Let's go to these important messages. When we return, we continue our conversation with Mr. Safras Ali. Stay with us.
Macon Construction Company Limited. Save big whilst building stronger. We build with our Macon innovative building systems, which provides high wind speed, earthquake, sea blast and fire resistance, is thermally and acoustically insulated, provides improved construction timelines and cost savings. We provide construction services from design to finish and everything in between. Macon Construction Company Limited. Building green today with tomorrow's technology. Contact or visit us today.
Are you looking for the right space for your business? Fred's Plaza has the space you need. We offer professional rental spaces designed for growing businesses. Conveniently located in San Juan on the Eastern Main Road, opposite the PTSC terminal and between Royal Castle and Mario's. Easy access, high visibility. For inquiries, call or WhatsApp 868-384-7142 today, or visit Level 3 Fred's Plaza for details.
Ready to take your sales career to the next level? If you have a passion for connecting with clients, building meaningful relationships, and delivering results, we want you on our team. Join a dynamic, motivated environment where your experience matters. your ideas are valued, and your drive defines your success. Step into a role with real opportunity. Join the sales team at Real TV, where your future begins.
Call us today at 2926470 or WhatsApp us at 3847142. You can also send an email to realtv.corporate@gmail.com.
To all of our local, regional, international viewers, thank you kindly for choosing us here on Real TV, where we bring reality to you. All those of you on Tego, the app, thank you so much for, choosing that avenue to look at us. So remember, you could download the app on your device for free. It's download Tego, the app for free. View Real TV, real time, anytime, and take in our dynamic programming. Speaking of dynamic programming, I'm in conversation this morning with Mr. Safras Ali. Mr. Ali is part of the management committee of the Nur-e-Islam Mosque in El Sikuru. And of course, in existence for many, many years. That flame was ignited, was built in the early 40s, 50s, yeah? So Mr. Ali, welcome back. Mr. Ali, good morning and welcome back to the show. Mr. Director, is Mr. Ali there? Mr. Ali? Mr. Ali, good morning and welcome back. Okay, I do believe my director is trying to reconnect. As you know, we are having a telephone interview with Mr. Ali this morning due to circumstances beyond his control. But he, yesterday, I had my interview. My guest was here, Mr. Chanka Ramtahal, and I was at a remote location. So, with technology, anything is possible. The show has to go on, right? Information must be shared. And so, reminding you, speaking of our dynamic programming, I also want to remind our viewers that starting from next week, our shows are going to be intensified with regards to new shows and, so stay tuned, stay with us for dynamic programming right here on Real TV. Mr. Ali, are you there? Welcome back, sir.
Yes, welcome. I am here, Felicia.
Great. Now, Mr. Ali, you are rather a son of this soil, but more importantly, in the Arangwes area, am I correct? Born and grown in the San Juan area?
Well, the two areas I actually have strong roots in the El Sikuru area and the Arangwes area, born and grew up on the two sides actually.
Great. So you're son of the soil when it comes to San Juan. It's your,
Yes, definitely. Well,
your roots are planted.
In reality.
Your roots are planted in San Juan.
Yes, in reality, you have Bongji Road, and on the western side of Bongji Road is Sawa Bataya San Juan. And on the eastern side of Bongji Road is Arangwes St. Joseph. So I am actually a son of the soil on both sides.
Great. Beautiful. Have you always been a member? Do you remember yourself as a child growing up at the mosque?
Yes, girl, you're bringing some nostalgia back because I have a Holy Quran. I'm sorry I'm not there in the studio there with you, but it was a gift given to me from my grandmother. And in the Holy Quran, you will see when we were learning how to read it, there's something called Maktab. We used to attend every evening without fail. As soon as primary school finished, my mom would get us ready for around 3:30 and send us to the mosque in El Sikuru, where we do the religious classes, how to read the Arabic in the Quran and so on.
Nice.
And we did that for our entire childhood from around 7 years straight up to 11 years. And inside I still have my Quran. Pages got yellow and so on. but you'll see markings where the mocked up teacher was, you see like a date as early as 1984, coming straight up to 1987. Evidence, testament that I was present in those classes, and the teachers would be marking my Quran to show that my progression in learning how to read the Quran from 1984 upwards.
Very nice. So, you know, you're part of it. You grew up there with certain values, and that is important. Your takeaway was one that was always very positive, that would have built you or been influenced you to be the man that you've emerged to be today.
Yes, and in those days we had an imam called Imam Razak. I don't know if you ever heard that name, Imam Razak.
Of course I know Imam Razak, a wonderful gentleman.
Yes, correct. And well, we know him as Mayor Saib, and fantastic individual. He would have been part of the 60s crew in building that masjid, that current structure we have there, coming right up to the 80s and early 90s before he passed away.
Yes. Mr. Ali, I don't want to get off track. I just think before the break, I just want to go back to where we left off before the break with regards to understanding the commitment that the mosque has in terms of feeding those that need food. 300 to 400 people weekly is a very big commitment. We're not talking about a family of 3 here or a family of 6. We're talking about 300 to 400 individuals are fed. How is this funded?
Well, that's a very, very, very important question. And I said it with very 3 times to emphasize how vital that question is to us in the mosque. Because initially, we were cooking, like we were trying to do a proper meal every Saturday. And poultry is the cheapest source of protein for Trinidadians. So we were doing like a chicken meal. So it could either be curry chicken and rice and dal, or stewed chicken and fried rice. That type of meal every Saturday.
Right.
And as the numbers grew, we actually peaked at 400, as I said. And to do that volume of boxes with a meat meal inside of it, we needed to find money for 3 cases of chicken. A case of chicken is actually about $550. Some places charge $600 for a case of chicken.
Yeah.
So we could be averaging between $1,500 and $1,800 every week, because we needed to do 3 cases of chicken.
Right.
For that volume of lunches we needed to turn out. So it was a real headache to try to find the money for chicken, one.
Right.
And then we had also we had other expenses, the boxes,
Correct.
the seasoning, the ingredients of salad.
Yes, of course. It's
right?
a lot.
You're right.
Yeah.
So we were actually peaking at about $2,200 for everything, every Saturday. And you ask a very important point about where we were getting our funding from. And at one point in time, it was very, very difficult. And there were many weeks where I would tell Imam, we look like we're not getting funding for this week, we might have to cancel. And the Imam would say, you don't worry, the Almighty is taking care of us. And the Imam's faith and conviction was right, because the Almighty was really taking care of us. He was steering the wheel of us doing this work. He used us, Zelisa, as vessels to carry out this work. So much so that he opened different pathways for us that we didn't thought were possible. So I'll give you an example. I give you the example with the chicken bill of close to, they said, between $1,500 and $1,800 every week.
Yeah.
About 2.5 years ago, probably going about 3 years ago, we got a phone call from Prestige Holdings, the owners of the KFC franchise.
Yeah.
And they saw the work that we were doing on our Facebook pages and so on.
Right.
And they were very impressed and wanted to be part of it. So much so that from 3 years ago to now, Zelisa, they have been providing us with fried chicken every week for us to use in the soup kitchen. So that cut down our soup kitchen bill by about $1,500 drastically.
Yeah, that's a laudable, That's a big commitment.
Very, very big commitment. And it is good chicken. It is chicken that wasn't sold in a KFC restaurant. They have a strict program in place where they bag it out, lock up the bag and put it in the freezer. And that fried chicken, although it is in the freezer, what we do, we receive it from KFC and we put it in our freezer also, so there's no drop in temperature.
Okay.
And the Friday before the Saturday, we will take it out overnight to thaw because it's solid frozen. And by the morning time, it is ready to repurpose. We can either bake it over or we fry it over. And that is like brand new KFC we have ready to go out back again.
You could actually be very creative, make a little sweet and sour. You could stew it over. You could do
that's what we do.
You could do it, toss it up in veggies. You could be so creative.
Well, you and me need something. Sometimes we receive a little extra every week, and there are very poor people in the community, like who have children to send to school and so on.
Yeah.
And we will make it available to them, some of the extra pieces of chicken. And one parent told me she is very creative. She actually curries over and stew over the fried chicken, and she said the children is very appreciative when she have a meal to send to give her kids every day to go to school.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean,
so KFC.
Thank God for them.
KFC,
yes.
So KFC came on board at the right time. They saying that God has His own timing, God Almighty, and KFC came in at the right time for us. And then also I have to mention Brother Ishmael Kasi of Aranguez. He, over a year and a half since his mom passed away, unfortunately, he has been doing the rice for us, donating the rice from his own fund and cooking the rice. He has a very successful restaurant on Aranguez Main Road, Taki's Creation. So he opens every day from around 3 o'clock in the morning on Aranguez Main Road, and he has a wide array of breakfast and lunch ready to sell.
I know this place very well. It's opposite the hardware.
Aranguez Hardware, correct. Aranguez Hardware.
Bless them. That's very thoughtful and kind. Yeah.
Ishmael has been doing the rice for us every week. So he and his staff on the Saturday morning from around 3-4 o'clock they will start to boil the rice and they do different rice week to week. So one week we might get black eyed peas rice. Next week we will get a very tasty khichdi, dal and rice boiled together.
Yes.
And next week we will get bhaji rice.
Very nice.
And we do our KFC chicken with that and send it out, and we do our salad and so on. So we have a residual expense every week now, so we have to do the salad, we buy the boxes, we buy the ingredients for the sauces and so on. So our bill has been reduced to about 600 to 800 average every week now.
Bless you all. That's what you call divine intervention, but more importantly, faith and trust. I always say it. If you have faith and you have trust, with God all things are possible. You place it into God, and that is what the Imam told you all. Don't worry, it will sort itself out. Faith, trust, belief, letting God take control. In conversation with Mr. Safras Ali, when we return, we continue our conversation. Stay with us. Let's go to these important messages.
Need a space to record your podcast, interview, or video content? Our fully equipped studio is available for rental, perfect for productions of all kinds. Enjoy a professional studio setting, quality lighting, and a comfortable environment designed for smooth, high-quality productions. Call or WhatsApp today to book your studio time.
Ladies and gentlemen, young people, senior citizens, it is my pleasure and privilege to invite you to look at the program Inspired on Real TV at 2 p.m. every Wednesday afternoon. Inspired is designed to lift your spirits, to help you overcome depression and failure so you could be an outstanding, extraordinary success. We have special experts every Wednesday who will inspire you to do better, to be your best self. So may God bless you. And remember, every Wednesday at 2 p.m., please look out for the program Inspire.
Are you ready to kickstart your career? It's time to be your own boss. Present your own ideas, control your own narrative. Allow yourself to be seen. Allow your voice to be heard. Host your show with us at Real TV. Call us today at 292-6470 or WhatsApp us at 384-7142. You can also send an email to realtv.corporate@gmail.com.
Welcome back to Conversations with Zelisa right here on Real TV, where we bring reality to you, to all of our local, regional and international viewers. Thank you so much for choosing us, allowing us to influence you in a positive way by bringing in people who are very competent, knowledgeable, that can share information. Knowledge is power. In conversation this morning with Mr. Safras Ali. Now, Mr. Ali is part of the management committee at the Nur-e-Islam Mosque in El Sikoro, and he's been sharing information with regards to some of the dynamic work that the mosque has been doing in order to help, in order to feed so many people in need. Welcome back, Mr. Ali.
Yes, thank you very much, Zal.
And thank you so much for sharing that information. I mean, now that we have an understanding of, with regards to, you know, what the mosque will do, before we go into perhaps talking about Ramadan and the impact of Muslims, is there anything else that you would like to share about the dynamic and important role the Nur-e-Islam Mosque is playing in the San Juan area?
Well, just to close off this discussion we were having concerning the soup kitchen, I was telling you that anybody who would like to volunteer their time or even be part of this process where they help us pay for our weekly residual expenses, they are free to drop in, come in at the Nur-e-Islam Mosque and see for yourself our operations on a Saturday morning. You can volunteer your time. You know, if you want to drop some cash, the Imam is there every Saturday morning and you'll get a receipt for your contributions. And I was telling you, Zal, that it's a different feeling while we're doing our preparation. It's like you can feel the barakat and feel the blessings of the Almighty coming down on a sunny kitchen.
Yeah.
Because in about an hour time, this meal that we prepare with our hands will be going straight out to very hungry people.
Yes.
And they eat the meal one time right there on the side of the street. They won't believe. Sometimes I'll be close to tears watching us sit down on the pavement right opposite by you, eating the meal, and if tasting so good, they will ask for another one. If we have it, we give them it, and they will carry for their kids and so on. And in my mind, that work is the work of the Almighty, where you're feeding people. You can never start counting the blessings that you'll be receiving from the Almighty once you're doing it with the right intention. And you actually feel the barakat coming down on the kitchen every Saturday.
Well, I want to agree with you, and the joy that you all will feel knowing that you are filling empty tummies and you're making a difference. You see this, you see somebody come unhappy or somebody that is hungry, and you fill that void in their life. The joy that you feel that you're part of that is a great, I agree with you. I also would like to endorse the fact that go down to the mosque on a Saturday morning. Seeing is believing, you know. Seeing is believing. And you see the operation, you see what is happening, you will have a greater appreciation for why you want to assist, why you want to make a difference in the lives of those people. So I want to endorse what you said. You know, for anybody out there who would like to assist, even if you want to give of your time in boxing out or helping make a salad or whatever you do, did you make a difference with your time, you use it wisely, you know, they are going to welcome that. Am I correct, Mr. Ali?
Yeah, definitely. And I am saying this because we also had our detractors. For whatever reason, I think Satan will try to block when good work is being done. Satan will find his helpers in whatever form and fashion to try to block the work of goodness being propagated. And for example, I have my detractors also, where in the beginning I would be doing live Facebook videos and so on every Saturday morning.
I used to follow
asking people to donate.
Yeah.
Yeah. And people started to say that I am doing this for political mileage and I am doing this for show and so on. And people were questioning my intention, like if they know what's inside my heart.
Yeah.
And it started to affect me, to be honest, and I stopped posting it on Facebook and so on. So much so that people thought we were not doing it to kitchen again. And that is when I realized, you know what? I have to ignore people and I will post it when I think it's necessary because we need the funds to continue, you know?
Well, I also think it is important that you continue. I used to follow those posts. Sometimes I would comment on it. And I will tell you why I think it's important. And my perspective is that there is transparency. There is transparency about what you do and how you're doing it. You're not doing it to gain points. You're not doing it for any kind of mileage. You're doing it from the goodness of your heart to show the people that are contributing, this is what we are doing with what you give. It could be $1, it could be $5, it could be the 3 cases of chicken, whatever it is. There is transparency and accountability. And that is important. And I think that is important, Saf. So don't let, I mean, like myself, there are so many negative people and so many people sometimes in your own circle that will want to pull you down. That don't believe in you or don't have that faith in you. But you have to have it within yourself and you have to be stronger and beyond that. The devil will come, like you say, in many ways, or negativity will come in many ways to pull you, to hurt you, to break you. But you have to stand firm. You know?
Yeah.
So
if my faith in the Almighty wasn't strong, Zal, I tell you, I would have done breakdown already, and I probably might have left the kitchen and so on, because when you're striving for right and you're striving to be of service to humanity, as I said, that is when the devil comes strongest at you.
Very true.
He wants to break down the warriors of God Almighty in a way where he wouldn't be able to contribute again.
I want to share this with you and my viewers. This very week, I had a very important meeting with a very influential person, a gentleman whom I have a great respect and admiration for. My brother was in attendance of that meeting. And when I met with this gentleman, one of the things he said to me is that, you know, I could rent out everything or I could do whatever I want at this stage because he's worked very hard over the years to accomplish what he accomplished. And he said, but I do what I do to stay active and to keep myself involved. But what matters is your name And this is something I've always held close to. You see, my name and your character is something that is extreme. You could work, you could have 1 million pieces of land, you could have 20 buildings, you could have $5 million in the bank, you could have whatever. What matters at the end of the day is your integrity, your name is what matters, that you build, that you leave. That gentleman said that, and I felt something in my soul, because that's how I feel as well. Your name is important, because you die. Every day you have is a day closer. We don't know when the Almighty is going to say, hey, it's time to come home. We don't know that, you know. We could speculate, we could think. The doctors could give you a time and say, well, X, Y, Z, but we generally don't know. What matters really is the importance of how genuine you are, your name, because when we die, we leave it all. And what is remembered is the name and your legacy of what you did. Was it good? Was it bad? Did it make a difference? That's the truth.
Oh, yeah, you're correct, because in our religion of Islam, we believe that everybody will be standing up on the day of judgment, accountable to the Almighty Creator for their actions on this earth right now, what we call the dunya. So in Islam, we have the dunya, which is now, and after you die, you go into the akhirah, or the afterlife. And in the afterlife, you remain in your grave until the Almighty ready to start the day of judgment, where the trumpet will be blown. And he raises back everybody back up to life, the day of resurrection. And then you have the day of judgment. And you stand up and you account for your deeds. So that is what pushes us in our work at the soup kitchen, where we ask that the Almighty accept from us this small service of serving the people who are hungry, in the hope that it will be accepted and it will be added to our account on good deeds on the day of judgment, where it will be your good deeds and your faith in the Almighty that will matter the most.
What you did, we probably will be asked. You know, what did you do that made a difference? Yeah?
Exactly.
What did you do to help those?
Yep.
Are you ready to answer those questions? Will you be ready to answer those questions? Will you be able to say, well, Lord, this is what I did, this is what I did not do? There is something that's called transparency and accountability. That's important. Mr. Ali, we're going to take a short break. When we return, we continue our conversation and we go straight into Ramadan and the impact on Muslims. Let's go to these messages. Mr. Director, stay with us, please.
When security matters most, choose Catch Security Services Limited. We are proudly approved by the Ministry of Homeland Security. We protect your home, business, community, and much more. Our services include professional baton and armed officers, specialized K-9 units, mobile patrols, secure cash pickups, secure transport, and pepper spray applications and supply coming soon. Don't wait. Secure your assets now. Contact Catch Security today. Call 622-6601, email info@cssl-tt.com, or visit our office at 30-32, Saddle Road, Maraval.
Need a space to record your podcast, interview, or video content? Our fully equipped studio is available for rental, perfect for productions of all kinds. Enjoy a professional studio setting, quality lighting, and a comfortable environment designed for smooth, high-quality productions. Call or WhatsApp today to book your studio time.
India Expo would like to wish all our valued customers a blessed Ramadan 2026. We are now open with a complete change of stock located opposite Medford gas station, Shaguanas, featuring brand new styles and the latest products straight out of India. Shop from a wide variety of clothing, accessories and special goods catering for all your e-shopping needs. Plus, don't miss out on our full-size Indian food court with delicious meals and treats for everyone. Come visit us at the Fab India Expo, conveniently located opposite the Medford gas station in Shaguanas. Shops. Farbinia Expo, your one-stop destination for Ramadan and Eid shopping. We can't wait to see you.
Welcome back to Conversations with Zelisa, right here on Real TV, where we bring reality to you, to all of our local, regional, international viewers. Thank you so much for choosing us. For those of you on Tego, the app, and also for those of you on the Caribbean Showtime television in Canada, thank you so much for choosing us, and thank you for all the, all the messages that I do receive. I welcome them, and I thank you for the positive feedback that we always get, which is greatly appreciated. I'm in conversation with Mr. Safras Ali. He is part of the management committee at the Nur-e-Islam Masjid in El Sikoro, a building that makes a statement. Every time you pass, you can't help but observe what a beautiful building it is, what a beautiful mosque. Well kept, I must say. Mr. Ali, welcome back. And perhaps now we are going to go into Ramadan and the impact on our Islamic brothers and sisters.
Yes, also Ramadan is a very auspicious moment in a Muslim life. In fact, it is so important. It is one of the pillars of Islam. Islam has 5 pillars. Faith or belief in that there is one God Almighty who created all of us. That's the main faith, the main pillar. And then you have 4 other pillars surrounding that, which is the 5 times daily prayer, what we call salat, the charity that we pay every year once you have a savings going on it, for the poor in our community, that is called zakat, and then fasting in the month of Ramadan, also called Saum, and then the last pillar is the pilgrimage to Makkah or Medina, what we call Hajj, at least once in a lifetime. They have 4 pillars surrounding the main pillar, belief in the one God Almighty, and that Prophet Muhammad was his last and final messenger. So Ramadan gives us an opportunity to get closer to the Almighty. In fact, it is very clearly stated in the Holy Quran, where Almighty God says that fasting was prescribed to us like it was prescribed to those before us, the generation that came before us, hundreds and hundreds of years before us, all for the purpose of getting closer to the Almighty. The Arabic word for that is called taqwa, or getting closer to the Almighty. And the fast does that in a number of different ways, both physical and spiritual, and I'll explain. So the fast is really, you get up in the morning, and by around 5 o'clock in the morning, you stop eating and drinking. So that early first meal in the morning is called suhoor, or sehri. And you stop eating with the intention of starting your fast only for the purpose of the Almighty. Again, we come back to our intention and our heart. There are some people who will go through the whole month of Ramadan and will only get hunger and thirst from their fast, and that's all they get from it. They get no spiritual benefit. But then they have others who genuinely want to get closer to the Almighty. So in addition to staying away from food and drink, they will stay away from everything other negative sources. So backbiting, watching lustfully, evil thoughts in their minds. They stay away from everything and try to purify their whole life around this fast. So the fast becomes not only a physical fast, but a spiritual fast to get you closer to the Almighty. And you do that for the entire day until sunset. When the sun sets, then the call to prayer or the azan from the Maghrib Salah will signal for you to break your fast. And you have 2 joys at that point in time. You have the joy of eating something and drinking something after a very long day of staying away from food and drink. But you also have the joy of knowing that you were just able to complete another day of fast to the sake of the Almighty. And the Almighty says that after the month finishes, whoever does that sacrifice of food and drink and spirituality for his cause, well, he says that every deed that man does is for his own self for the day of judgment, as we were speaking about just now. But the fasting in Ramadan is so important to the Almighty that he says that the action of doing it is for him, the Almighty, directly, and he will reward that separately. So imagine the Almighty who created all of us is saying that the fast is so important to him that that deed is for him directly now. And when the month finishes and he sees our intention, he sees our sacrifice, he will reward it. And there are some people who have it harder than others. So we were talking about the lack of food and so on. And there are some people who hardly have anything to eat, so they will break their fast and probably water alone. And the Almighty will see their sacrifice. And in the spiritual realm, well, we don't know how much blessings people get in on account of their fasting.
Well, if you'll forgive me, I think it is important, and so may I ask, this is why mosques around the country, around the world, when you break your fast, you could actually go to, rather than in your home, you could go to mosque and break your fast and have a meal? Is this the reason? Can you explain that?
Yes, definitely. And that's a very good question. So you'll notice even in Gaza, where they only have rubble, break up buildings and dust and dirt, somehow the glory and the blessings of the Almighty reaching these people where they have iftar among the rubble. There's a miracle by itself, where they have long tables spread out, and they don't have tables, they're sitting directly on the ground on a cloth, and they have plates of things to break your fast with probably donations from other countries and so on, finally reaching them.
Yeah.
And I'm saying that the fact that you can go to a mosque and break your fast, you have this sense of belonging to community, and it brings the community together in a different method. You have to experience it. You have to experience that joy of togetherness, breaking your fast. In fact, I can tell you, in Islam, we average about 600 persons. It has been growing over the last few years, and now this year has seen record numbers, averaging actually, it's about 600 persons coming to the mosque every day to break their fast. So about 400 to 450 male and about 100 to 150 female, and everybody sit down together in one big communal sitting, and we share plates, we break bread together. The Imam gives a little talk before the fast about different topics and so on, a little reminder for everybody.
Yes.
And it's really, in fact, in our religion, at that point in time, you just hear the whole place go silent just before the breaking of the fast. And it's almost as if the angels passing through the mosque, and people will lift their hands up in prayer to the Almighty, begging the Almighty for whatever they need in their life. The Almighty says that the fasting of the person, the dua or the supplication or the prayer of the fasting person is accepted. So at that point in time, just before you break your fast, you see nearly everybody putting their hands up in the air and begging the Almighty in whatever form or fashion, in their own inner voice, asking the Almighty for whatever they need in this life and hereafter. More than likely, they'll be asking for forgiveness of sins. They'll be asking for the Almighty to open pathways for them. If they're going through financial difficulties, if somebody's ailing, they will ask Almighty for good health and strength to continue, that kind of thing.
I think that cohesiveness of coming together, as you said, the community coming together, you stand. Just this morning, I had a meeting with my team, some of my team members, and that's what I said to them. I can't do it alone. We come together as a team. It's like a family that prays together, stays together kind of thing. But you come together in agreement for that, understanding the dynamics and the greatness of why you're fasting, and to break that, you get together as a community. Problems are solved. You meet people. There's a different, you're correct, there's a different color in the air altogether, a feeling of accomplishment, a feeling of togetherness, a feeling of, getting problems solved. You follow in that, and I think that is beautiful. How do you then prepare during this month of Ramadan for 600 to 700 people every night? How is it done?
And again, it boils back down to the same principle like the soup kitchen, where once the intention is pure and you're doing it for the Almighty opens different doorways for you that you didn't even know was existing.
Nice.
So in the Islam, most people realize the blessing of giving one date or water to somebody who is fasting to break their fast. There is countless blessings in Islam. So people who, same people pull together as family will come together and say, you know what, we want to sponsor iftar in this mosque, or we want to sponsor iftar in that mosque. And in the Islam, Alhamdulillah means all praise and thanks to the Almighty. We have had people lining up to sponsor iftar day after day for us to spread the goodness and to give somebody a meal to break their fast with.
Lovely. Beautiful. And I think it's because, again, going back to this, all, when you have success, it's because you have a very strong and good leader who can manage, but you have a great team that works together for the same purpose. You have that goal that you focus on and you work, and that's how you taste success. That's how you get success. That foundation is a firm one, And Mr. Ali, I personally would like to thank you. You have always been very accommodating. Anything we call, and I say anything in terms of Islam or understanding or whatever, even when we have, because I told in the beginning, I said that you wear many hats. I know that you are a true son of this soil, you're a true soldier in many aspects, and I really want to thank you. We're full of gratitude for that relationship that you have with Real TV, always making every accommodation to enlighten us, to guide us, to help us. Even when it comes to health, you're very strong at that too. And perhaps one day you and I should have a conversation on that, the importance of health and putting things in place for your health, right? Because I know that's a hat you wear as well. So again, let me wish you and all the very best. Allah's choicest blessings. Thanks again for blessing us and sharing the knowledge with us all, so we have a greater understanding. I know that there is speculation that we are going to be celebrating Eid next Friday. Again, it all depends on the sighting of the moon. I stand to be corrected on that. But I'm sure as the information comes to hand, we will certainly share it with our viewers. Yes?
Yes, so we're looking for the moon next week, Wednesday, around 6:15, 6:20, around there.
Right.
If we see the moon, then Eid will be Tuesday. If we don't see the moon, then Eid will be on the public holiday, which will be Friday.
Oh,
right?
So the possibility may be Thursday or Friday.
Yes.
Okay.
But I'm not too familiar with I'll have to check the hours, but I think it's a higher probability for Friday, but we still have to do our duty and look for the moon on the Thursday, right? Sorry, I looked for the moon I just looked at the calendar here.
Yes. So we will confirm on that, as I said. Once it's confirmed, we will let our viewers know. Mr. Ali, thank you kindly, and we will have many other conversations. All the best to you and your beautiful family. Stay blessed.
Thank you for the opportunity. Take care, God bless.
All the best. Assalamu alaikum. And this is where we're going to wrap things up for today's edition of Conversations with Zelisa. Again, let me remind you, please do what is right at all times. You know, make sure your conscience is clear. Keep smiling, be positive, and always know the best is yet to come. What you put in is what you're going to get in return, all right? Here's reminding you that with God, all things are possible. I am Zelisa Budu Singh Rupani. Thank you so much for choosing us here. Share the importance, share the information, because knowledge is power. All right, see you tomorrow. Thanks again for choosing us. Great programming continues, so don't you dare touch that dial.